Welcome everyone to Chair Yoga. This is a class that GoGoGrandparent is offering every other week. Every Wednesday we offer a workout and we alternate between chair yoga and functional fitness. And if you've been here before, you might already have been taking advantage of both of those classes, which is great. And it's something new that GoGo is offering just to add a little more value to your GoGo membership. But you probably found us because of a service, right? Like a service that you need. And I just want to flag that you are able to access all of the things that you need to stay independent with one phone number. So that's 855-464-6872. That connects you to the whole GoGo world, the whole GoGo ecosystem, rides, meals, groceries, medication, and home services. I think I've mentioned this to you all, but just a friendly reminder that if you are talking about GoGo and you want to share it with a neighbor, a friend, a loved one, you do get a perk for doing that, and I don't want you to miss out on that. I know a lot of people, a part of how GoGo has grown is through word of mouth, and so I don't want you to miss out on a deal, which is that you have a special referral code on your receipts. And you can also always talk to an operator and they can give you your referral code. And what that's going to do is give you $10 and give your friend $10 when they register for GoGo. So just something to know so that you don't miss out on that. And with that, I'm Cassie. I work at GoGoGrandparent, and I'll kick it over to Aja, our fearless leader.
Thanks, Cassie. Hi, everyone. Nice to see you. So today is chair yoga. If you're new to this class, most of this class is seated. We will stand up for about 5 minutes towards the end of class. You can skip that part and stay seated or just do whatever you can. All you need today is a chair and your body. Preferably a chair that's not rolling around, but use what you have. A couch is also fine. I have a chair that doesn't have armrests. That tends to be the easiest, but if you have a chair with armrests, that's fine too. Use what you have. And with that, that's it. Let's get moving. So here in a second, my screen should become, or my face, my body should become your main screen. If it is not, I recommend you go to the top right-hand corner of your computer. There's a little square that says view, and you can change the view so that it's a speaker mode. Or if you want to see everybody else, all the other cameras, all the other people working out with you, then you can keep it on gallery view. If you're on a phone, you usually have to swipe until you get the view that you want. So hopefully you have that sorted out. And let's just start with a little bit of movement. So in your seat, and just begin by rocking a little side to side. So feeling those sits bones, so those bones in your bum. And then start to take some circles with your torso. You know what? I got so excited to move that I forgot to check in about the move of the week. That's probably partially because I don't remember the move of the week. But let's circle the other way. If anyone does remember the move of the week, I want to hear it. We all want to know what it is. So does anyone remember what it was from last yoga session?
Face massage.
So wait, say that again, Bertha?
Face massage.
Face massage. That's right. Did anybody do that?
Could you? I'd love for you to review that.
Okay, we'll review it today. So towards the end of session, we'll do another face massage.
Thank you.
Oh, I'm so glad you remembered. Usually I write it down, but didn't this time. So we'll do another face massage.
But you didn't notice it.
Sorry?
I was doing it, but you didn't notice it.
Yeah, I'm a little far, so it's probably, I'm glad you remembered too, Carol. All right, let's come back to center. We'll inhale, open up the chest, reach those arms out to the side, stretch the front of the body. And then exhale, round your back and give yourself a hug. Wrap your arms around yourself. We'll inhale, open up the chest, arms out. And exhale, round. Keep going, follow your breath. And so if you're new to class and you're wondering what this move of the week is, every class I give you a move or something that I want to encourage you to do throughout the week, or really weeks. Keep going, keep moving. Throughout the weeks between our sessions, because we do yoga every other week and then functional fitness every other week. So that's what that was. We'll do some face massage later to remember what it was we did last time. And of course, I'll give you a new move. All right, come back to center. Sitting nice and tall. Let's do a few shoulder rolls forward. And shoulder rolls back. And then let your shoulders drop. Let's sit nice and tall and we'll settle in for a little stillness for about 2 minutes. If you'd like, go ahead and close your eyes. Otherwise, you can soften your gaze to the ground. Feel your sits bones grounded, your jaw relaxed, and your spine long. So just taking these few moments of stillness to feel the movement of your breath. As you inhale, feeling your ribs, your chest, and your belly expanding. And as you exhale, feeling a softening of the chest, the ribs, the belly. And from this space of quiet, I want to encourage you to set an intention for your practice. So maybe noting what's brought you to class today. Is there something you'd like to cultivate or something you'd like to honor? Go ahead and set that for yourself now. And allow that to be somewhat of a guiding force throughout our movement practice today. Let's take a deep inhale together, fill the lungs. Exhale out the mouth, let it go. One more time, deep inhale. Exhale, let it go. Blink open the eyes. Let's go ahead and get some head movement. We'll rotate the head, no. Looking right and left. Like some nice motion in the neck. And then nod the head yes, looking up to the ceiling and down to the ground. And head back to center. Bring your right ear towards your right shoulder. Pause for a second. Feel that stretch along the side of your neck. And switch sides, other ear to shoulder. Bring your head back to center. And let's lift those arms up to a W shape. So elbows are bent. Elbows are pretty close to the rib cage, palms face forward. We'll inhale, stretch those arms up towards the ceiling, reaching tall. You could even lift those shoulders slightly up towards those ears. And then exhale, bend your elbows, slide those shoulder blades down the back, squeeze those shoulder blades together and down. Inhale, arms straighten. And exhale, arms bend. Keep going, follow your breath. So don't worry about my speed or anybody else's. Move at your own pace. And of course, if you have anything going on with one of your arms, you could choose to do this with just one arm, no problem. Be kind to your body, do what you can. Next time your elbows are bent, we'll go ahead and pause. Bring those arms forward in front of you, palms face up, pinkies touch. So I'll just turn sideways for a second so you can see elbows are bent about 90 degrees. We'll inhale, open up the arms, thumbs go back, feeling that nice opening rotation in the shoulders, some opening in the chest. And then exhale, pinkies touch. Inhale, arms open, thumbs go back. And exhale, pinkies touch. Keep going, follow your breath, a couple more times. Next time your arms are open, we'll go ahead and pause. Stretch those arms out to the side into a T position. We're going to flip your right palm to face down and then back. And that right palm is going to stay rotated up to the, left palm is going to stay rotated to the ceiling. And then we switch. So for rotating one arm in, other arm out. We'll just keep going here. So rotating, finding that motion. So we're getting some internal rotation and external rotation. Almost like you're wringing out those arms. They might start to burn a little bit because it can be a little fatiguing to keep those arms out. You can always choose to do this with just one arm. You can also lower the arms lower into more of like an A position if that feels more accessible. A few more. And then letting that go, releasing those arms, shaking them off. Let's give our arms a little break and move to our lower body. Let's go ahead and move into some heel raises. So toes stay on the ground. We're going to lift one heel up, bring it down, and other heel up. So continue to alternate lifting heels. Finding that nice motion, ankle, pressing down into the ball of the foot, getting as much range as you can while continuing to keep the toes down. Feel free to continue like this. Or if you'd like, you'll start to march. So completely lifting the foot off the ground, alternating legs. If marching isn't working for you, stick with those heel raises, keeping the toes down. So either way, totally fine. Find what works for you. Next time one leg is up, you'll go ahead and pause. Wrap your hands around that knee or shin, doesn't matter which leg, and circle your ankle. Circling your ankle as best you can, and then go the other direction. And releasing the foot. And we'll switch sides. We'll lift the other leg up, wrap your hands around the knee, around the shin, and circle your ankle. Circle the other way. And release, releasing the foot. Staying with the legs for a little bit longer. We're going to start to do some leg extensions or some kicks. You're going to try and keep your spine straight up and down, and you'll straighten one leg forward and then the other. I'm going to turn sideways just so you can see a different view. You do not need to move, so it's just to show you. We're trying to keep our spine tall, right? So spine is not moving as we extend the legs. What often happens, I'm going to show you what not to do, is a bit of a lean back every time to straighten. Is it possible to keep your upper body nice and still as you straighten and bend the legs? Next time you have one leg straight, go ahead and pause and hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. You're probably feeling burning. 3, 2, and 1. Relax. Other leg straightens for 10 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release, shake it off. And let's go to our upper body, or back to our torso, really. So feeling those feet firmly planted. Watch if those knees stay tracking straight forward. So for this twist, your legs are going to want to move. Try not to move them. So imagine that you're squeezing a pillow between your legs, so nothing is moving here in your legs. Let's rotate the spine one direction. Doesn't matter which way. Hands outside of your leg or outside of your chair. If you have an armrest, you could grab the armrest. Allow your head to rotate as well. So turn your head and look past your back shoulder, letting your eyes follow. So our eyes can really help us move deeper into a stretch. And unwind. And let's go the other way. So knees are squeezing an imaginary pillow. So lower body tries not to move. Rotate your torso the other directions, whichever way you didn't go. Let your head follow, let your eyes follow. And back to center. Let's take our legs wide now. So taking the legs as wide as is comfortable. So depending on your seat, you either might need to scooch further forward towards the front edge of the chair or scooch further back towards the back edge of the chair. So it just depends on what feels most comfortable for you. Let's go as wide as is comfortable. We'll lean to our right, and you can decide to stay there with your right hand on your right thigh or knee. Or you could bring your forearm to your armrest if you have an armrest. You could also bring your forearm to your leg. From there, ground down into that left sit bone. So try and keep that left hip grounded as we lean to the right. And then that free arm can either stay down, can go out to the side towards a T position, can reach to the ceiling or reach all the way overhead. So you have this entire space. You can put your arm anywhere within that space that feels good to you. Several deep breaths. Go ahead and use your core muscles on your exhale. Lift yourself back up. Notice the difference right to left, so it might feel a little funny. And then we'll go to the other side. So leaning to your left hand to your thigh, or left forearm to your armrest, or left forearm to your leg. Ground down into that right hip or that right sit bone. Your free arm can stay down, can reach out to the side, can reach to the sky, or all the way overhead, whatever feels best. Nice, smooth, deep breath. And then using those core muscles, grounding down into your hips, lift yourself back up. Let's pull those legs back together and shake them off. All right, let's go back into our arms now. We'll inhale, circle the arms out to the side and up towards the sky. Exhale, palms touch, hands lower down towards the heart and then down towards the belly button. We inhale, circle the arms out and up. Exhale, palms touch, hands lower down. You can continue with this version, or we're going to add on. We inhale, circle the arms out and up, just like we were doing. You want to add on your exhale, you're going to bow forward. So you're going to feel a little stretch, a little rounding of your back. As you inhale, you straighten your arms and lift your chest. Exhale, palms touch, hands come towards the heart. You can bow forward as you do that if you'd like. Inhale, circle out and up. Keep going. I'm just going to turn sideways so you get a different view. And as always, there's really no right or wrong way to do these things. As long as you're listening to your body and following your breath, you're doing yoga. Couple more times. Next time your arms are up to the sky, go ahead and pause. Let's bring those palms to touch and lower them to the heart, staying tall with your torso. Interlace your fingers. I'll just come a little closer so you can see. Interlace your fingers and then push your palms forward. So you get a nice stretch here into those forearms. And release, shake it off. All right, so we're going to move into our standing portion of class. The standing portion is only about 5 minutes. So if standing's not for you, stay seated, no problem. You can take a little break or do some stretches in your chair. If you're up for standing, I recommend that you either get behind your chair or find a wall or a table so that you have something to hold on to for balance as needed. I'm turning sideways so you can see. You do not need to turn sideways. You can stay facing the camera. That's totally fine. All right, so with the hands on your support first, find those feet about 4 to 6 inches apart and let your toes face straight forward. If it's comfortable for you, go ahead and let your arms go and just stand tall. And from your tall standing position, notice the weight on your feet. Notice if you have more weight in the front of the feet, the back of the feet, right or left. Can you make that weight even front to back, right to left? And how does that shift your body when you do that? And now we're going to move our weight intentionally really far forward. So 80%, 90% of the weight's forward into the toes. The heels are still touching the ground, but we're moving way forward. Do you see how my whole body moves forward like a board falling over, falling forward? And then let your weight shift back into those heels. Trying to keep those toes mostly down. See how far you can go without making this a back bend. And again, forward into the toes, back into the heels. A couple more times, forward and back. And then find that nice center space. Even front to back. And then we go side to side, so leaning your weight to one side and then to the other. Notice that the waist isn't changing. It's the whole body moving based on what your feet are doing. So it's not a side bend, it's a full body shift. All right, and then finding that even weight, right to left. Still keeping that even weight front to back. Let's bend those knees into a chair pose. Arms can reach forward, hands can always find the chair. And then we exhale, straighten the legs. We inhale, bend those knees. When we find chair pose, more weight's likely to shift back into those heels, totally fine. Exhale, straighten the legs, find the weight even. So weight is even when we're standing, weight shifts slightly back when we bend. So inhale on the way down. Exhale as we rise. Inhale down. Exhale up. Couple more. Inhale down. Exhale up. Inhale down. Exhale up. Next time you're down, we're going to hold if that feels okay for your body. It doesn't need to be big, so it can be a tiny bend or it can be a big bend. 3 deep breaths. Hands can stay on the chair, or maybe they're hovering above the chair or reaching forward. 2 more breaths. And straighten out those legs. Hands back to the chair. We're going to keep our left leg where it is and step the right leg back about 2 feet behind you. Give or take a foot. So it just depends on how long your legs are. So approximately 2 feet distance between your front leg and your back leg. We're going to bend that front knee. Back leg is straight. Back toes are facing mostly forward. So we're getting a nice calf stretch. So probably a stretch in the back of that back leg. Hands can stay on the chair. They can also hover above the chair. They can also reach to the ceiling if that's comfortable on body. If your arms are up, bring the hands back to the chair. Straighten your front leg. You can stay right there or begin to bend your elbows to hinge forward, getting a nice hamstring stretch. So you can keep your hands on the chair. You can also bring your forearms to the chair. If you're very flexible, maybe your hands come to your thigh or your shin. Just go where it feels good and safe. And try and keep your spine as long as possible. So we're trying not to, I'm going to show you what not to do. We're trying not to round to reach. We're trying to keep that spine nice and long. If you're folded, go ahead and lift your torso up, hands back to the chair, bend your front knee, and step forward. Back foot meets the front. Let's switch sides. Other leg steps back. So feet are about 2 feet apart. We bend the front knee. Hands can stay on the chair. Hands can also hover above the chair or reach to the ceiling. So you might be getting some kind of calf stretch here in that back leg. You might also feel some stretch in the front of the hip. Your arms are up, bring the hands back to the chair, straighten your front leg, and begin to fold forward. So elbows can bend, you can keep your torso up. You can also bring your forearms to the chair or your hands to your thigh or your knee. Just again, we're trying to keep that spine nice and long. Go ahead and bring your hands back to the chair. Bend your front knee, lift your torso, and step forward. Back foot meets the front. Great, let's go ahead and come back to our seats. Coming back to your chair. Take your time to sit back down. And we're going to go into some more stretches here, especially for our hips now. So once you're seated, we'll cross our right ankle over our left thigh. And so for figure 4, if this is not possible, we'll cross those thighs so you can cross your legs. If that's still not possible, you can cross your ankles and let your knees open out. So we're trying to get a little bit of opening here in the hips. So again, it's knees open out with the ankles crossed. Right leg crosses on top of the left, or right ankle crosses on top. From there, whichever variation, let's take some circles with that torso. Circle the other way. So I call this figure 4 stretch. Great stretch to do anytime you're just sitting in a chair, hanging out. Just make sure you do both sides. We tend to have one side we like to do. Let's go ahead and pause, hold the stretch. So this will be the move of the week. So this will be the move that we're going to try and remember to tell me and to do throughout the week. You don't need to remember it for next week because next week is functional fitness, but you'll want to remember it for the week after. What I like about this move is it's very easy to just incorporate into everyday life. We sit in chairs regularly enough that we can cross our ankle over our thigh. Go ahead and lift yourself up, undo the legs, shake them off. And we'll switch sides. So left ankle can cross over the right and allow those knees to open. Left thigh can cross over. Or if possible, left ankle crosses over the thigh. Let's move around once you find your position. So take some circles. Notice how the stretch changes depending on how you position your body, where you position your body. Circle your torso the other way. And then feel free to hold the stretch in whatever position feels good. So it doesn't matter what position you're in, hold the stretch. Nice, smooth breaths. And then lifting the torso up, undo the legs, shake them off. And then sitting nice and tall, let's do our little face massage here. So if you have glasses, this might be helpful to remove them. We'll start at our forehead and our temples. So bringing your fingers just by your eyes towards your temples and just start to draw some really gentle circles one direction. And circles go the other way. And then allow those circles to migrate. Maybe it feels good to massage around the eyebrows and the forehead. It's a little self-massage. What's amazing, what's great about self-massage is we know exactly what feels good to our body and to our face. So you can use the pressure that feels good, the motions that feel good. If you'd like, you can even use all of your fingers. So just the pads of the fingers, maybe the hairline wants a little bit of love. Allow yourself to explore. Maybe the ears want a little massage. Would that feel nice? Or maybe the jaw right in front of the ears. Maybe your jaw needs a little massage. Maybe the massage wants to migrate down to your neck. Right, so there's really no right or wrong way of doing this. It's just exploring. It's letting your hands help make the rest of the body feel good. Maybe into the shoulders. Just being kind to your hands, so there's no need to overdo it. You're just using some gentle pressure to massage. Massaging any tight, tense spots. Just doing that for another 30 seconds or so. If you feel like you need to move back to another area that you started with, totally fine. And then releasing those arms and getting nice and comfortable. So if you'd like, you're welcome to sit further back into your chair. Go ahead and close your eyes or soften your gaze to the ground. Allow your breath to move smoothly and freely. Take a moment to just notice how you're feeling. After 40 minutes of movement, how does your body feel? See if you can let your breath deepen. See if you can find slightly longer inhales and longer exhales. Sensing that the body calms and relaxes with each exhale. And then bringing your palms to touch in front of the heart. Checking in with your intention if you set one at the start of class, and just acknowledging it without judgment. And then take a moment to thank yourself for showing up. Take care of your mind and your body. And thank yourself for showing up for everyone else here in our GoGo community. This class is not possible without you. And in yoga, we say namaste. Thank you everyone for joining. So if you're new to class, every class is a little different. We focus on different things. We do different stretches, but it's the same kind of concept for the chair yoga, mostly seated. And same with the functional fitness. Functional fitness is mostly standing. So we have our main structure of the class, but it changes every time. If you have questions, now's a great time to ask. don't forget the move of the week, write it down. Maybe I'll remember to write it down too. And yeah, if you have any questions, comments.
Thank you for
now-
a peaceful session. Have a delicious day and stay safe.
Thank you. Who was that? I didn't see the.
My name is Norma. The little owl in the corner is me.
Norma, awesome, wonderful. Thanks for being here.
This is Betty. Thank you so much. This was my first time to be with you, and I enjoyed it very much. Feel better. Thank you.
Awesome,
Wonderful,
Betty.
Betty. Oh, I'm so happy to hear that. Great to have you. First timers always welcome.
Thank you. This is Barbara, and your pacing is just wonderful. Thank you
It's
so
really
much.
great.
Thanks, Barbara. That's really sweet.
Have a good week.
Adra, it's nice to see so many more people here. At one point, the count was 47. And in the beginning, when I started, it was 20 something. So
That's right.
I'm glad a lot more people are taking advantage of this. It's really beneficial.
Thank you.
I,
It really
I
has
agree.
grown.
I'm so
Hugs and peace to everyone. Stay safe.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye-bye.
thank you.
Thank you.
Unbelievable. She does a better job than Kimberly does with less yakking.
Sorry, we can hear you. I also saw in the comments, Melissa said that I didn't realize you're a singer, Melissa, that as a singer, she does a lot of face massages. That makes sense.
Yes, that's very true, Cassie.
That's
And by the
great.
way, Adra, thank you so much for the happy birthday wish on Monday.
Oh, you are so welcome.
That was
You
very
are so
sweet of you.
yes, always great to have you in class, and wonderful that you're joining and that you already do face massage. Most people look at me like, what are you talking about? Face
Yeah.
massage. That's weird.
Yeah, it's really important as singers because as singers, our faces get really tight. We get real tight
Mhm.
because we're nervous, maybe, or whatever the case is. And I had a really good voice teacher that taught me some different things you can do.
Well, that's great.
That's great. That's great. Yeah, we have lots of muscles in our face. So if you're singing, you're using probably a good number of those muscles. So that makes sense.
I had
Awesome.
to administer face massage to my husband who had Parkinson's disease, and it helps him with his swallowing.
Oh,
So-
wow.
But it was a little bit different.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a much more specific kind of face massage, but that's great that you were able to help and do that.
I was wondering, how can I sign up for the fitness?
You don't need to sign up. You get an email that you can then just accept the invitation and come join. It's the same link as this class, so you can just save this link. It's helpful for you to accept the invitation so that we can guess how many people are coming. But
Yeah.
if you don't have to register. And then Cassie, you might have some more specifics on that.
Nope, that's exactly right. You, yep, exactly what Adra said.
Okay. Okay. I just have trouble sometimes with the computer. Like I
Yep.
just found the unmute button. So I've been talking to you, but you haven't been able to hear me.
Oh, that's okay. I do that all the time myself, actually, so it's totally fine. Yeah, so you'll just look out in your email for the weekly invites, and then like Adria mentioned, it's always great if you can hit the RSVP button so we know to expect you. But if you don't and you still have the link and you want to join, please do. It's okay if you join late. It's okay if you have to leave early. I take attendance myself. We do it internally just to know who joined, but there's no there's no issues if you can't make it or if you have to cut out soon. So
Okay, I'm Bobby Walcott. So
Okay.
I finally learned how to use my computer today.
Oh, fantastic. I'm so glad that you used it on us. So
Well, I tried last time you were here and I was unsuccessful. So I'm
Right.
looking for all these little buttons.
That's great. I'm
Okay.
so glad it worked.
I thank you very much for the session because I feel so much better afterwards.
Good.
Great. So happy to have you. Thank you for coming. And I'm glad you figured out your computer stuff to make it happen.
Well,
Make
I
it here.
wouldn't go all that far, but I have figured out some enough to.
You've made it to class and you've unmuted yourself, so that's
Yeah.
pretty good.
That's right.
Totally.
Very much. Thank you for everything.
You got it. So, does anyone have any other questions for Adra? I don't like to cut it short if anybody is shy and maybe is sitting on a good question. I can see, it looks like Elizabeth, you might be talking to us, but I see that you're on mute. But I can try to unmute you. Let me see if I'm going to ask to unmute you.
I did, I think.
Oh, we got you now.
I'm legally blind and it's hard to see
Okay.
that stuff. But I just wanted to say I've done several sessions, but I'm noticing a great improvement in my posture.
Ooh,
So I'm
That's
thankful for
wonderful.
that. Yeah. So I'm enjoying it very much. Thank you.
Great.
Nice to meet
Thanks,
you, Elizabeth.
Thanks for being here.
It's great.
thank you. Thanks for sharing. Thanks for being a part of it.
Yes.
Fabulous. Well, if no one else has any other questions, I'm starting to end it slowly. Thank you for being here. Thank you, Adra, always for your instruction. And we'll catch you all next week, I hope.
Well, maybe so.
Maybe. We'll be looking out for you. All
Okay.
right. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.
Okay, thank you.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.